Parents, families, and especially our honored guests, the Notre Dame Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering graduates of the class of 2026. I welcome you to this diploma ceremony on behalf of the faculty and the staff of the department. I'm Glenn Niebuhr, and I'm the chair of the department. And I'm thrilled to be here today to wish you well as you move on to the next stage of your careers. I'd like to begin by introducing our platform party, starting with our department leadership. If you could stand when I call your name, the Dorini Family Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Tengfei Lo, the Associate Department Chair. Professor Robert Landers, Assistant Department Chair. Professor Maria Holland, Interim Director of Graduate Studies. Dunn Family Professor Michael Seelinger, Director of Undergraduate Studies. And Professor Maria Warren, Assistant Director of Undergraduate Studies. Each year, our graduates ask a classmate to give an address at this diploma ceremony, and this year they have selected Jackson O'Neill, who is also here on the platform with us. And each year the seniors also vote on a faculty who they would like to offer the opening remarks and the invocation, and this year they have selected Professor Maria Warren, who I now invite to the podium.
Congratulations, graduates. It's really an honor to be here with all of you today. Before I get started, I just wanted to bring your attention to the screen because I do have one more QR code with the Google form for you to fill out. Many of you have had me in Design Tools 2 and Lab 2, and especially if you have those twice in a day, I use Google Forms a lot to get feedback, so they filled out a lot of them in their undergraduate career. Now, today I want to give thanks to your family and your friends for being here today, both in person and virtually. They've served as your support system as you have encountered your personal and academic challenges over the past 4 years and beyond that. I also want to give thanks to the people on campus who make this weekend happen. They set up the ceremony for us, they maintain the beautiful landscaping, and they'll clean up after we're gone. It takes a lot of work to make something like a graduation weekend look like there's no effort at all. Now, this senior class is particularly special to me because, like a lot of you, I also started here 4 years ago. And I came a little bit nervous and very excited to start my time here. I met some of you as freshmen, and then others of you further on in sophomore and junior and senior year. And I've learned a lot in my time here, including a lot of lessons from all of you. So today, I would like to invite you to give thanks with me for what has brought you here to your graduation today. And I also like to reflect together on where you're going. I'm so grateful to have seen all of you grow as people throughout your time here. And we've been able to have conversations where I've asked, why did you choose Notre Dame? And I never get just the answer that you wanted to be an engineer. It's always that you wanted to grow as a person, you wanted to grow in your vocation as an engineer, you wanted to grow in your faith, and it means a lot to me that you see yourself and your peers as whole people who are also working to be engineers. Many of you also spoke about wanting to grow, and it wasn't easy, right? You troubleshooted circuits in lab, computers crashed, senior design planes crashed. I got a lot of emails at 3 in the morning that said, it's okay if you don't respond to this until later, but asking a question of something that you were working on at that time. And through those challenges, you have grown so much. And that pales in comparison to a lot of the personal challenges that you've faced outside of the classroom, too. As you move on from here, may you continue to learn new things, continue to challenge yourself, to grow, and continue to try to be a better person and a better engineer every day. You all are going to be facing big questions. Should we colonize space? What are the public health implications of artificial intelligence? How do we build a car or a truck or a plane to make sure that they're safe for people? And there is no one that I would trust more with that than all of you, because you've shown both your technical competence and your ability to think broadly and deeply about how to do good in the world. I also want to give thanks for the community that you have built within AME. It's really important to me that I grow community in my classroom, and I've seen you all grow community in your friend groups, in your dorms, in your extracurriculars, and I find that Notre Dame engineering is so special because students are far more competitive with themselves than they are with each other. And that has allowed you to build a community amongst yourselves where everyone is lifted up together and everyone is working really hard together. I also would like to take a minute to go off on a little bit of a tangent to share some advice about maintaining those relationships with your community. So I graduated from college 9 years ago, and at that time, my 4 friends and we made a pact that we were going to get together every 6 months after graduation in continuum because we were so afraid of losing contact with each other. And so we have continued to do that. I've been able to really grow those relationships, see them through many phases of life. And so I have one last assignment for you, and graduation weekend has a lot of logistics. It's very crazy. So I suggest in the next week, by next Saturday, you do this. I want you to get together with your people. I want you to set a date 6 months from now. I want you to pick a location that one of you probably lives at, so, keep it inexpensive, crash at their house. And I want you to set the intention to get together. And before you leave that second time, I want you to pick the next 6 months, pick the date, pick the location, and keep getting together. Because maintaining those relationships that you have is so important. And also, there will be a 20% deduction per day, that you do not do that after next Saturday. So just keep that in mind. So may you take that spirit of community that you have here with you and continue to strengthen those relationships. But I also hope for you to build new communities and relationships. Some of you after this are going to be moving back home. Some of you are going to be moving to a new city that you've never been to before. Some of you don't quite know where you're going to be yet. Some of you, we're lucky enough, are going to stay right here with us in South Bend. Wherever you are, I hope that you can bring the inclusive spirit of Notre Dame to the communities that you join. May the 2026 graduating class of Aerospace and Mechanical Engineers use your strengths and skills for good in the world. May you be blessed with health, curiosity, and a strong sense of purpose in what you do. I'm so thankful to have gotten to know each and every one of you and to celebrate with you today. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Jackson O'Neill, and I have the honor of being the student speaker for today's ceremony. I would like to use my time today to reflect on what I will cherish most from Notre Dame, the friends and relationships I have developed through my time here. While these may be my experiences, I know that they are shared by this great class of young engineers. Upon reflecting on my 4 years at Notre Dame, I have found 2 attributes of my fellow engineering students that have constantly impressed me. The first is a wealth of passion and drive for their interests, whatever topic, hobby, field of study, or career path that may be. The second was a desire to lift others up, always lending a helping hand when needed. These attributes are not only important to me, as they show me what a great group of people I am a part of, but they show me just how much we have grown together through college. When I think back to freshman year, I remember football Saturdays, meeting tons of new people from all over the world, and a shocking amount of time spent in the library. Well, these things did not necessarily change throughout the years. My perspectives certainly did. I no longer viewed the time in the library as an evening alone in the stacks, but a time to connect with friends over a shared task. These nights are something that I think we can all look back on with a surprising fondness. The challenge of the problem sets, full of differential equations, thermodynamic principles, seemingly endless MATLAB debugging, and of course studying for midterm and final exams. While these technical endeavors are the quintessential parts of our education path, I would argue that it's the in-between moments that will stick with us and be much more important. The late night runs to the huddle, conversations not even remotely related to engineering, and talking and dreaming about the future. It's during these moments that I've been amazed and inspired by the breadth of passion of my classmates. I have met people who want to dive into fundamental research, expanding the entirety of human understanding. I know people who wish to use their talents to bring service and dignity to those less fortunate. I am friends with those who will start exciting careers in aerospace, automotive, the military, biomedical, and so many more incredibly rewarding industries. In addition to these diverse academic and career pursuits, I have found myself lucky enough to be friends with people of immense interest for so much more outside of the classroom. Musicians from piccolo to organ, runners who find a half marathon a walk in the park, hikers who explore any trail they can find, preferring to spend a couple of days off-grid when they get the chance, students with pilot's license taking friends for a trip through the skies, and everything in between. It has been amazing to meet so many with interests so sprawling, and I'll forever be grateful to have that experience. The second reflection is also one that came from my temporary residence in Hesburgh Library. Engineering is hard, like really hard. I have spent more nights than I care to recount doing classwork, research, club activities, or studying into the wee hours of the morning. These times are certainly not all bad, especially with the camaraderie developed, but they can still be challenging. I believe this is where Notre Dame engineers are truly set apart, always willing to help each other out in any way possible. Countless times I have been confused, and one of my classmates is more than willing to slow down, explain the details, and help me find a new level of understanding. Whether this is in explaining a complex topic, working through coding errors, helping me with CAD and design, brainstorming new ideas, or just having the patience to step through an example problem, I can confidently say that I have had the best people around me to face these challenges. Knowing that us engineers support one another, I find many emboldened to take on challenges previously thought impossible. From clubs sending vehicles to the edge of space and beyond, to researchers exploring robotic control systems and hypersonic fluid flow, our individual pursuits are enabled by the support system of our classmates, and I find this truly amazing. I'd like to close by reflecting on my time as a Notre Dame engineer. Through my many conversations and relationships with fellow students, I've been inspired by passion, supported by kindness, and emboldened by knowing I can count on a helping hand whenever needed. Thank you all for being such a great class to be a part of, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds for each and every one of you. Thank you.
We didn't tell Jackson where his seat was, so that's his final test. Thank you, Jackson. It was a wonderful address. And congratulations to all of the AME graduates in 2026. I think you all know me well enough to know it's very sincere when I say it really has been a pleasure to get to know you, to be your instructor, and simply be part of your lives here at Notre Dame. We wish you and all the graduates of the class of 2026 the best in the future. So now we move on to awards, and while I think all of you should receive an award for simply surviving Appendix S problems and the myriads of exams and MATLAB projects and homework sets that you pay us to inflict upon you, we will now recognize some students that have distinguished themselves in various ways through performance in courses, projects, group work, and so forth. So once we get to the individual awards, I'll ask the students who are receiving awards, you know who you are, or at least I hope so. If not, check the program. And line up over here, and when we name the award and come greeted, Dr. Niebuhr will give you the award, take some pictures, and then you can exit off here. And if then you are receiving another award, because we have so many very outstanding students, just circle back to the line to come get a second helping. So before we get into the awards, we would first like to mention the 3 honor societies related to our majors and professions. So the Pi Tau Sigma is the International Mechanical Engineering Honor Society, and its members are chosen on a basis of sound engineering ability, scholarship, personality, and probable future success in their chosen field of mechanical engineering. Sigma Gamma Tau is the Honor Society for Aerospace Engineering. It seeks to identify and recognize achievement and excellence in the aerospace field. The collegiate chapters elect annually to membership those students, alumni, and professionals who, by conscientious attention to their studies or professional duties, uphold this high standard for the betterment of their profession. Tau Beta Pi is the honor society for all engineering. Membership is conferred by distinguished scholarship and exemplary character as undergraduates in the field of engineering. So we now ask all of the members of these 3 societies to please rise and be recognized. So next, as mentioned, we will present some individual and team awards. And in addition to the honor of the award, many of them are recognized with a plaque or unique little trophy. And some even have monetary awards. I'm pretty sure I saw a development officer person here who is got great ideas of how you might be willing to spend your award for the Alumni Association or something. Anyway, the first one we have, and again, please stand if you're getting awards, please line up over here on the left side. The Michael M. Stanisic Mechanical Systems Award is awarded to a mechanical engineering senior who has exhibited excellence in mechanical systems by building a well-functioning physical entity and who also possesses many of the characteristics prized by Dr. Stanisic: complementary hands-on and analytical abilities, grit, curiosity, growth, character, and interests extending beyond engineering. The winner of the award this year is Elizabeth Marie Mayer. The Sidney Kelsey Excellence Prize is awarded to a graduating senior recognizing outstanding achievement in the field of structural mechanics. This year's winner is Noah Ingeman Allen. The Brian Hederman Award recognizes a graduating senior for their excellence in the area of mechatronics. This year, the award goes to Taylor Ann Gerard. The Jerome L. Novotny Design Award in Thermal Science is awarded each year for the best designs in the heat transfer courses. This year's winner are Emma Elizabeth Worry and Stephen Thomas Cluck. The Aero Propulsion Award is presented each year for outstanding performance in the gas turbines and propulsion course. This year's recipient is Evan Christopher Cox. The Rockwell Design Award is presented each year to seniors for outstanding performance in the capstone senior design courses. This year's recipients are Jack Anthony Scalise, Matthew David Morgan, Austin Murphy, Jason Marty Pichota, Grace Caroline Schaefer. Vincent P. Goddard Design Award is presented each year to the teams of aerospace engineering majors and mechanical engineering majors for outstanding performance in their capstone design courses. So for mechanical engineering, for those of you who don't know, we have a one-semester capstone both fall and spring. In aerospace engineering, it's a full-year capstone program. So we'll recognize one team from each of those different classes. So for the fall 2025 mechanical engineering, we have Athena Meredith Eve Archuleta, Leah Mackenzie Kern, Megan Elaine O'Connor, David Hanford Shunk, and Stephen Michael Vanden Noven. For the Spring 2026 Aerospace Engineering Award, we have Olivia Renee Albano, John Andrew Burson, Brandon James Burke, Caroline Joan Penko, David Joseph Stanek, Natalie Marie Zawadzki. And for the Spring 2026 Mechanical Engineering Award, we have Robert Angelo Accomando, Patrick Michael Brogan, Siji Cindy Huang, Santiago Ibarra, and Audrey Rose Ulrich. The Pi Tau Sigma Honor Award is presented each year to a member of the Notre Dame chapter in recognition of outstanding academic performance and demonstrated professional potential. This year's recipient is Matthew David Morgan. The Sigma Gamma Tau Honor Award is presented each year to a member of the Notre Dame chapter in recognition of outstanding academic performance and demonstrated professional potential. This year's recipient is Elena Susanna Saez. The Eugene S. Witchker SAE Leadership Award is awarded to an officer in one of the Notre Dame Society of Automotive Engineering clubs who has demonstrated exemplary leadership traits and has promoted a positive community culture within the club. This year's recipient is Austin Murphy. The Zahm Prize for Aeronautical Engineering was founded in 1946 by Dr. Albert Zahm and is awarded to a senior aerospace major who, in estimation of the faculty, has achieved the most distinguished record in professional subjects. This year's recipient is Nicholas Christian Bindel. The Zahm Prize for Mechanical Engineering was established in 2008 and is awarded to a senior mechanical engineering major who, in the estimation of the faculty, has achieved the most distinguished record in professional subjects. This year's recipient is David Joseph Reinhardt. The Reverend Thomas A. Steiner Award is supported from a fund established in 1948 by former students of Reverend Thomas A. Steiner, CSC, former Dean of the College of Engineering, and is awarded to seniors who have been selected for their all-around excellence as students. This year's recipients within AME are Stephen Thomas Cluck and Elena Susanna Saez. So this concludes the presentation of the individual awards. But before we do so, I ask that all the members of the Student Honor Societies and all those who have received an award to please stand and be recognized by your classmates, your professors, and family and friends. Professor Niebert will now distribute the diplomas along with a certificate and iron ring associated with the Order of the Engineer, information of which is found in your program. Professor Warren and I will call the graduates to the stage. And so when you come, your name will be called, and as you've seen before, walk across the stage and exit here back to your seats. So would the first row please rise and walk to the left over here, and I will hand it over to Professor Warren.
Maya Abbey. Robert Angelo Accomando. Olivia Renee Albano. Charles Elliott Albarino. Joshua Carson Allen. Noah Ingeman Allen. Corinne Nicole Alonzo. Athena Meredith Eve Archuleta. Christopher Paul Ave. Anthony Banderas Infante. Emily Marie Becker. Benjamin Earl Young Baczynski. Patrick Michael Benny. John Andrew Burson. Nicholas Christian Bendel. Zachary Marley Bomer. Emma Elizabeth Borgie. Akente Ernest Baroto. Giovanni de Jesus Briceño Paredes. Joseph Kevin Broderick. Patrick Michael Brogan. Colin Burke Bryan. Brandon James Burke. Adele Marie Burkhart. Delaney Ann Burnett. Timothy George Kane. Michael Anthony Canizares. Griffin Andrew Capisi. Braden Patrick Carroll. Dylan Impum Shah. Matthew Richard Sharon. Shao. Maria Gabrielle Mercedes Cowden. Evan Christopher Cox. Hudson Dominus Daly. Thomas James Davies. Fife Thomas Deck. Luke Bradley Den. You got it. Joseph Michael DeCola. Isabel Jane D'Onofrio. Connor Austin Dove. McKenna Ray Engelhardt. Enoakie Bempoma Enen. Alexander Etienne. Winston Alexander Fairchild. Michael Paul Fine. Catherine Marie Finn. Daniel Andrew Forkey. Bryce Camille Fraley. Ethan Riley Fredrickson. Aaron Nanaose Frimpong. Thomas Robert Gasper. Taylor Ann Gerard. Parson John Goldrick. Mark Gabriel Cruz Gonzalez. Jessica Lee Gordon. Caden Allen Grassel. David Sebastian Green. Kieran Slate Hay. Jill Carol Hodges. Samuel Daniel Holt. Nathaniel David Holt. Luke Richard Horwath. Cindy C.G. Wang. Santiago Ibarra. Yamato Jonah Ikeda. Kara Elizabeth Janiszewski. Leah Mackenzie Kern. Sean Michael Kerr. Benjamin Jerome Clement. Stephen Thomas Cluck. William Gase Kanapke. Colin Peter Knapp. Joseph Patrick Kolar. Evan Thomas Custer. Carly Elizabeth Kuda. Dominic Morris Lampo. Juan David Lazaro Celis. Justin Trung Lee. Christian Fayard Leonard. Jonathan A. Lewis. Ashley Emily Leva. Michael John Lund.
Elizabeth Marie Meyer. Sebastian Marmolejo Soto. Megan Ann Martins. Ian Bain Martin. Hannah Rose Mason. Joseph Matthew. Paul Louis Matiola III. Matthew Gaetano Mayo. Robert Riley Valerio McCoy. Caden Matthew McDevitt. Patrick Donovan McFarland. Kristen Catherine Moen. Kathleen Veronica Marie Morgan. Matthew David Morgan. Monique Marie Morse. Andrew Cole Mounier. Austin Michael Murphy. Aiden Joseph Murray. Louis Joseph Narducci. Ariana Tessa Newquist. Hong Ti Nguyen. Megan Elaine O'Connor. Oluwatomi Victoria Ogunlade. Andrew Lucas O'Hearn. John Garrington O'Karma. Demelade Olayemi Olawayan. Jackson Edward O'Neill. Caroline Joan Panko. Jose Guadalupe Pantaleon. Matthew Edward Patrick. Jason Marty Pichota. Felipe Pino Muller. Spade Ponce Duarte. David Joseph Reinhardt. Delaney Rose Reynolds. Stephanie Rincon Brabila. Timothy John Roberts. Andrew James Rowland. Kelly Lauren Rude. Maxwell Mizet Rosen. Michael Andrew Rourke. Jack Richard Chambray Rowe. Davina Naomi Russell. Rylan Marie Sachs. Elena Susanna Sayas. Troy Alexander Sanchez. Matthew Timmons Sarkis. Sophia Sawaya Aguilar. Jack Anthony Scalise. Grace Caroline Schaefer. Jalen Nicoy Scott. Catherine Marie Sherman. Tobias Joseph Chu Shimbapakuru. David Hanford Shunk. Ray Michael Sierra. Maria Celeste Simon. Jaden G. Simonson. Emma Patrice Smith. John Felix Nelson Smolin. David Joseph Stanek. Mason Timothy Stetcher. Brendan Paul Stein. James Roger Sylvester. Juliana Elżbieta Szulka. Douglas Dennis Tackney II. Davide William Thompson. Evan Garcia Chunkyao. Megan Kathleen Tremblay. Sean Joseph Uran. Audrey Rose Ulrich. Nathan Wilson Yui. Stephen Michael Van den Noven. Andrew Peter Van Overbeck. Jana Carol Maria Velkov. Kevin Satoru Wakakuwa. Sarah Nicole Werner. Madeline Claire Williams. Josiah John Wilson. Liam Lionel Wood. Ian Randolph Woods. Gabriel Aiden Wolf. Natalie Marie Zavoyski. Noah K. Crozier Zitz. So we'll do one final recognition of the graduates in this sense, and we would ask now that all those earning a degree in aerospace engineering please stand and be recognized and congratulated. We now ask that all those who have received or are receiving a degree in mechanical engineering please rise to be recognized and congratulated. So now I ask please remain standing and all the graduates to stand, and we will together recite the Order of the Engineer. So you should have that on your program. So all together, I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession, conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making best use of the earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity of my profession, I shall give my utmost. You may be seated. So before we conclude, I have brief remarks and Professor Niebel will have the closing remarks. But we would like to thank the students who served on the Planning and Coordination Committee for the graduating seniors. So the four of you, would you please rise to be recognized? We have Joseph Matthew, Jose Guadalupe Pantaleon, Catherine Marie Sherman, Marie Celeste Simon. And now we need to give a hearty applause to the person who really made this ceremony possible and has really enabled you all to graduate, and that is Mrs. Donna Fetcher. Now I will turn it over to Professor Niever, who will deliver some closing remarks.
Thank you, Professor Salinger and Professor Warren. Congratulations again to all of our graduates. I'm the chair, and that means I get the final word here. First of all, on behalf of the department, I really want to thank the class of 2026 for choosing to spend these very crucial years of your lives at Notre Dame and in the Department of Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering. It's been a privilege to borrow you from your families during this time when you've made some of the most formative changes and biggest decisions in your life. It's not a small thing when someone entrusts you with something of such great value. And the faculty, the staff, everyone at Notre Dame has done their best to fulfill your trust. Second, you'll get a lot of reminders this weekend to thank those who helped you to get here. And I suppose that's fair. But I want to remind you to think how much you've done for yourselves. You could have chosen an easier path. You could have applied to a school that didn't require pages of self-reflective essays and near-perfect high school transcripts to get in. You could have chosen a less demanding course of study. I doubt you could have chosen a more demanding one. You could have skipped building a Baja car or an airplane or a rocket or doing your Enable project. Could have skipped working in the lab, inter-hall football, or snowball fights in the quad. In the end, this has been hard, and that's why so few people do it. But maybe that's why you did it. I'm impressed, and you should be. Finally, one of my favorite spots on campus is Father Soren's letter to Basil Moreau. It's on a plaque by the log chapel. If your families haven't seen it, you should take them there. Remember, it was Father Soren's deep conviction that this college would be one of the most powerful means for good in this country. You all know that engineers, as a career, your purpose is to be an effective means for good in the world. At Notre Dame, we try to nurture your passion and your drive to improve the human condition. And so it is my conviction, my colleagues' conviction, that each of you will be a powerful means for good in this world. And so, Mike thanked Donna. I also want to thank Dean Fetcher. He doesn't even work for us, but he also helps get this ceremony together each year. And so with that, we are going to close our ceremony with the alma mater.